All right, team, welcome back to TNT Digital Mindset. Today, I'm really excited to dive into some cutting-edge stuff. I've been poring over the latest research on digital trends, and honestly, it's fascinating. I've even leveraged some advanced AI, yeah, you heard that right, to break down the core insights. This way, we can get straight to the actionable strategy. So without further ado, let's jump in.
All right, let's cut right to it. The entire content game has changed, and if you're running your business on last year's playbook, you are already behind. Seriously, the old advice isn't just outdated, it's actively holding you back. Why? Well, because of huge shifts like AI. Now anyone can create generic, polished content in seconds, which means that kind of content is basically worthless. The world is flooded with copycats, and just being another voice in the noise, that's a surefire way to lose.
That's really the only question that matters now, isn't it? And the answer isn't about posting more. It's about making a fundamental shift in how you think, from being just another creator to becoming a true operator. And this explainer is going to give you the exact framework to do just that. Let's really break this down. A few years ago, the question was simple. Can you make a video? Can you write a post? The bar was low. Today, with AI and templates, everyone can. So the new bar, the one that actually matters, is this. Can you create something that is so uniquely you that nobody else, not even an AI, could possibly replicate it? That is the game now.
Okay, so principle number one of this new operating system is all about finding what I call your uniqueness gap. This isn't just some clever tactic, it's the absolute core of your entire strategy going forward. So what is it? Think of your uniqueness gap as your own personal moat. It's that defensible space you own because of who you are, the experiences you've had, and the unique way you see the world. It's the reason someone will choose to follow you over the 1,000 other people talking about the exact same topic. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. When everyone is just recycling the same tired formulas, everything blends into this sea of sameness. The only path to winning attention is to be fundamentally different. So the real question is, how do you actually find that difference?
Well, here's a framework you can use today. It's called the contrarian gap, and it's probably the easiest place to start. First, just list out all the common wisdom in your niche. You know, the stuff every guru says. Second, find the piece of advice you genuinely fundamentally disagree with. And third, build your content around that. Make that your flag to plant. That is your way in.
Now, let's deconstruct a piece of advice that you see everywhere. The idea that you can just copy and paste viral hooks. This is such low-leverage thinking, and I'm going to show you exactly why it's a trap.
You've seen these a million times, right? Some influencer shares their $1 million hook and tells everyone to just go use it. And yeah, on the surface, it sounds great. It promises something awesome while taking away the main pain point.
But here's the thing. If you just copy and paste those words, it's going to fall completely flat. And the reason is because you're missing the most important parts of the equation. You're only seeing one tiny piece of a much, much bigger system. See, a great hook isn't just the words on the screen. It's a whole system working together. It's the text, yes, but it's also the first visual they see, it's the authority of the person saying it, and it's the context the audience already has with that person. When you just copy the words, you're literally ignoring 90% of what actually makes the hook work in the first place.
And this table right here shows exactly why that copy-paste strategy fails. Someone like Alex Hormozi already has massive authority and social proof. When he says something, people listen because they know who he is. He has pre-established context. But a new creator? You have none of that. You have to build trust and earn authority in the first 3 seconds. A hook that works for him is playing a totally different game than the one you're in.
So this brings us to the new standard, the aesthetic that's actually winning in this new environment. As the world fills up with slick, polished AI content, people are starving for something human. They want something raw. But most people are getting raw completely wrong.
The reason raw works so well is because it signals authenticity. It's the little imperfections, the genuine moments, your unique way of speaking. These are all the things that AI just can't fake. At least, not yet. It shows there's a real person behind the screen. And in a world full of bots, that builds a ton of trust.
And you have to get this, there is a huge difference between being lazy raw and being intentionally raw. Lazy raw is just bad content. It's low effort, grainy video with no thought put into it. Intentional raw is strategic. It's using deliberate imperfections and making strategic visual choices to create a feeling of authenticity while still delivering high-quality value.
So please, don't use authenticity as an excuse for lazy work. A lot of times, the creators who look the most casual and effortless are the ones who have put the most thought into their delivery and their setup. It's not accidental, it's authenticity by design.
So how do you figure all this stuff out? Your unique angles, your intentional raw aesthetic. How do you find it? Well, you don't guess. You build an operating system to discover it. This is where you truly make the shift from creator to operator.
I want you to stop thinking about posting content. Instead, start thinking about running a research and development process for your brand. And right now, one of the most powerful, underrated tools for this is Instagram's trial Reels feature. It's a game changer. And here's the secret the best operators know. The people who look like they're effortlessly dropping viral content, they're not just getting lucky. They're behind the scenes testing dozens of different hooks, angles, and formats as trial Reels, showing them only to non-followers. They're gathering real, unbiased data without ever cluttering up their main feed. So here's the system. Step 1. Hypothesize. Come up with a bunch of different angles, hooks, and formats you want to test. Step 2. Test. Push them out as trial Reels. Step 3. Analyze. Dig into the data. What's getting saves? What's getting shares? What has high watch time? You're looking for patterns, for signal. And step 4. Scale. When you find something that works, you reverse engineer it and build it into your main content plan. And that's the ultimate takeaway here. An operator doesn't guess, an operator doesn't chase trends, an operator builds a machine, a low-risk R&D engine that systematically discovers what works for them and their audience. That is how you win the new content game. So here's what to do next. Stop copying tactics and start building systems around solid principles. Go implement your own trial Reels R&D system this week. Start testing. And hey, if you want more no-fluff frameworks like this to build real digital leverage, make sure you subscribe to TNT Digital Mindset right here on YouTube.